Hello everyone, welcome back. So let's go ahead and start talking about the log. The log is a fundamental data structure that we need to understand really well because it's the base for the Kafka understanding, how it works and how everything attaches and communicates, how everything is put together. So it's very good for us to start from the basics and then we're going to build the knowledge on top of it. So let's jump right away into it. So what is a log? The log is an immutable sequence of records that grows only by appending nil events to the end. So here you're looking into our log representation, our image, and you're seeing that we have some records 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And when we want to add a new record, we're going to add this till the end. We're going to append this to the existing log at the end position, okay? It's very important for us to understand as well that every record that is in the log is associated with an increasing number that we're going to call offset, all right? And the offset denotes its order, the record order inside the log, all right? So here again, getting back to our image, our representation, we do have all of our records, and associated with each one of these, we have our offsets represented here in the bottom. So as you can see, the offset is increasing from left to right, and it's denoting the ordering where the elements or the records were inserted in the log. All right. A quick note around Kafka and records. When we want to talk about records in the Kafka context, we're going to go into more details into this later. Don't worry about it. But for now, just understand that a record in Kafka, it's mostly represented by a key value pair. And it's always a raw byte value. There are no typings, there are no schema. Kafka does not support types, does not support schema natively. So understand a record inside a log as a record of a key value, all with byte types. Okay. Moving further, we can go into some core properties of a log. All right. The first thing we're going to notice is that logs are immutable. That means that you can't really change what was inserted. The data will never change. You can't add it, you can't delete, and the reason for that is to guarantee integrity of those records inside the log. Okay. So in our scenario, our bad guy here is trying to update a value inside a log in the position number 2, but that's not possible. Once the value is written, it stays there, all right? That's immutable. Also, another characteristic of a log is that the records follows a sequence. So they're ordered, okay? So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, record 0, 1, 2, 3, to record number 6. They're ordered. And whenever you're reading from this log, a sequential read logic is applied, okay? So the consumers or the systems, the applications that are going to read from this log, they'll read them in the exact same order as they were produced, okay? As they were created and ingested in the log structure. Also, logs are durable. That means they are persisted and replicated on disk. So it's not something that goes into your memory or the machine memory. They're actually persisted and replicated at the disk level. All right. And finally, you're going to understand later how this play an important role in the Kafka ecosystem, but logs are replayable. That means that a consumer or the system that is reading from the log can reread it from any offset. So if in our consumer here, our good guy here is trying to read our log. It's starting in the offset number 3. So it's going to read 3, 4, 5, and then 6 sequentially, starting from that offset. So I have record 3, 4, 5, and 6 being read. All right. And if we think about producer and consumer flow or dynamic, imagine we're going to go way more details into producer and consumers. but just imagine like producer are the system or the entity that generates the information, the record, and consumer are the system or the entity that reads from the log. So they interact, one writing, the other one reading. So simply the producer will append new information to the log, and we can have multiple consumers that independently can read from the same log, and they can decide where they're going to start. So you have consumer number 1 that can start from position number 5. The consumer number 2 wants to start from position number 3, but that's just an example. You can read everything always sequentially, but they can read independently from the same log. Okay, so now let's go ahead into VS Code. Let's try to code a simple, very simple log in Python, so you can fully understand the dynamics of this data structure. And later we're gonna go deeper in some other architectural components of Kafka, and you're gonna understand how everything connects. All right, stay tuned, and thank you so much.